Alright, in this video we're going to talk through some tips and tricks for organizing and using your Google Drive. If you haven't already, I highly recommend bookmarking your Google Drive. So once your drive is open, click on the star, give it a name, make sure that it's on the bookmarks bar, and click Done. That will give us quick access to Google Drive. Just one click and you're there. One of the great things about Google Drive is that it is searchable. If you click on the search box, you can select a file type and search that way. You can type the name of a document or part of it, find the document that way. Or it allows for a more advanced search. So if you go to more search tools, you can set any criteria and then search to find it. There are two different views available in Google Drive. This is the list view, where your folders show up at the top and individual items show up alphabetically at the bottom. You can organize it differently, alphabetically from A to Z or Z to A, or by last modified. But you can also use grid view. In the grid view, you'll see all of your individual folders at the top, again alphabetically organized, and then all the individual items below it. These also can be organized alphabetically A to Z or Z to A. The left side of your drive is your navigation menu. You're going to see My Drive, Shared with Me, and Recent. My Drive is where all of the items that you create or upload are stored. Shared with Me section are things that are shared from other people to you. Items in the Shared with Me section can be added to your drive and then organized. Recent show any document that you've used recently and is organized by date. If there's something that's been shared with you that you'd like to add to your own drive so that you can organize it into folders, simply select the item, right-click, and select Add to My Drive, which will allow you to move it around into the appropriate folder, or click the Add to My Drive quick button on the top list. It doesn't take long for your drive to get a little overwhelmed with documents and folders. It may be worth going through your drive and purging documents and folders that you don't need anymore. To remove an item, select it and right-click. You can select Remove, or you can use the Trash Can Quick button on the top list. If you remove an unshared item, it will be removed into your trash. If you remove a shared item, you may get a message saying that it's been removed from your drive, but is still available to other collaborators. If you remove something accidentally, you can check the trash, and then you can right-click on the item and you can restore it back into your drive. If it's something that's shared with you, it's probably still in your Shared with Me folder, so simply find it and add it back into your drive. Within My Drive, we're allowed to create folders to help organize our materials. So to create a folder, go to New and Add Folder. Give the folder a title and hit Create. We can move items into the folder by selecting an item and right-clicking, then selecting Move To, finding the folder that we created, and hitting the blue Move button. You can use the three dots to get the Move To option, finding your folder and clicking Move. Or you can simply drag and drop. So grab the entire folder, drag it into the new folder, and now we'll see that that folder is embedded within the one we created. Creating some general folders in the beginning and then adding items that get more detailed or additional folders that get more detailed is a great way to organize your drive, and especially to make sure that that original screen doesn't get too overwhelming. Some things to think about when you're organizing your folders within your drive. Think about the name. These names are listed alphabetically, so is there a naming convention that works to keep like things together? You can use color codes, so by right-clicking on a folder, you can change the color of the folder, so like things maybe have the same color. You can also add stars to give significance to folders that you might use regularly. If you're creating something new and you would like it to appear in a folder, you can actually create it within the folder. So if you open the desired folder, select New, you can create a document, sheets, slides, you have forms, drawings, maps, etc. So select the type of document you're creating, rename the document, and then you'll see it appear in that folder. This will save you from having to move it around later. So if I have an item that I'd like to show up in multiple folders as a live document, I can click Shift-Z and select the additional location for that particular item. So if I want it to show up in Documents and in Notes, I click Add. So now we see it here in the Documents folder. If we go back to our drive, go back to the Notes folder, we also see that document. Now, no matter which one of those I open and add to, it's all the same document, and those changes will be reflected. If you have a folder or an item that you'd like to share, you can right-click and select the Share option, or click the Quick Share button. That will bring up this menu. You can type in the names and email addresses of additional collaborators. You can set their editing rights, so can they edit or can they only view the document. You can also get a shareable link. So clicking on this allows you to copy and paste a link that's can view or can edit, but it also gives you a few more options. There's the District 127, where students have to be, or collaborators need to be logged in with their District 127 account to be able to view or access it, or you can open it up to the public. So anyone with the link can see the item or folder, or anyone on the web has access. So making sure you're selecting the right sharing option is really important. And again, can they view it or can they edit it? One thing I found really helpful in Google Drive is using it to create templates. So if I have maybe a lab report or a document that has certain sections that I want the students to fill in, I can create that template, kind of how I want it to be organized, and then share it as a copy-only option. So I can create a template in Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, doesn't matter. So let's say we're going to start with a Google Doc template. I can give it a title, set up the sections. Once you have those all set up, you can go to Share. Now, when I get the shareable link that I'm going to post to Schoology for students to access, I'm going to make sure that it's can edit. I'm going to copy that link. And when I paste it into Schoology, I'm going to make one change. So instead of the word edit, I'm going to change that with the word copy. So we changed the word edit from the URL to copy, and we made that a live link. Now when someone clicks on that copy link, it's going to automatically prompt them to create a copy that's their own in their own drive that they can share back to you or post back to you in an assignment, but it will not allow them to alter the original. So they'll have that same setup. Here's copy of the practice template, same setup, same link that we posted in there, but now when they alter this one, it does not alter the original template. So original templates stay the same, their copy now they can edit. If you have an item in your drive that's been worked on by multiple collaborators and you'd like to go back to previous revisions or would like to go back and see who collaborated or who contributed to the document, once you have the document open, you can see the revision history. So if you click on File, See Revision History, it'll open up this screen on the right-hand side. This will show you the dates and timestamp for when the document was worked on, and you can click back and see older versions. It does allow you to restore it, so if they made changes and they wanted to backtrack. It also highlights the changes in a particular color. So the changes that were made by the first contributor and the second contributor, you can see are highlighted. Google Docs also allows you to comment. So if you'd like to use the comment function, it's say there's a section that you want to make a comment on, you can highlight it, select comment and comments, and you can type in and you can click on the comment. The comment will then show up, and when you scroll down to that particular comment, it will show up highlighted. And then if you resolve it, oh, we fixed it, we dealt with the comment, you can click on it. When you go back to the comment section, you can see the original comment, and you can also see who clicked at resolved, so you can track that feedback with your students. Another option that's available is suggesting mode. So instead of editing mode, where you change the document itself, you can click to suggesting mode. This allows you to add suggestions onto a document in green that can be accepted or rejected by the editors. So if we'd like to change the word sides to aspects, we highlight sides and we begin typing aspects. And so we'll see the suggested word. We'll see the word that it's replacing crossed out, but no actual changes have been made to the document. On the side, they can accept the suggestion and the word will be replaced, or they can reject the suggestion and it will go back to its original form. You can continue to make suggestions, and all suggestions will show up in green and show up on the sidebar. If your students are working on longer documents, you can go to Tools and select a document outline. It will pull some of the key headers, and you can toggle to those places in the document. You can set up the outline to have particular headers as well. So if there is an area that you would like to have show up on that outline, if you highlight it, and you change it from a normal text maybe to a header, then it should show up on the outline.